in Texas history? The answer is D, all of the above.
All right, let's start with taking to Kansas City, where the Rangers wrapped up a road series with an afternoon game. They jumped all over the Royals. Top of the second, Marcus Semien. That's a single to right. A run scores. Semien swinging a hot bat yesterday. 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 RBI. Jonah Heim went 2 for 4 with a homer. The Rangers racked up 13 hits. They cruised to a 12-3 win. They are now 12-6 on the season and have won 4 straight. The Cowboys have gone through some big offseason changes, and they haven't even had the draft yet. Some of the changes have really had an impact on quarterback Dak Prescott and the Cowboys' offense, and it'll also affect the way they get ready for the 2023 season. Offensive coordinator Kellen Moore, gone, left for the Chargers. Longtime running back Ezekiel Elliott, gone. He was released back in March. On a podcast with Adam Schefter yesterday, Dak was asked about those changes, specifically Zeke's departure.
Still doesn't feel right. Going in the facility, starting the off-season program. Been my locker buddy for years, and just a guy that I'll go to war with and do anything for in this world. And it's tough not going to work with him now, but he's somebody I support. He won't be a free agent for long, and I don't understand why he still is. But yeah, it's been tough. But with change is good as well. So I've got to embrace that, embrace what we've got moving forward, and I'm excited for it.
Back here at home, Antonian senior guard Madison Olguin is heading to the University of Dallas. She was a top 10 performer in all of taps for 3-pointers, made and charges taken this season. Liked a little defense, did she? KSAT12 Sports Director Larry Ramirez caught up with Madison to talk about her decision and a couple of players on the Dallas roster, originally from San Antonio area. She talked about how that impacted her decision as well.
2 of the girls I actually knew from playing club basketball, and they were older and on the older team, so I was able to know already who they were. Cool. So when visiting the team, they were kind of giving me props on what to do, so it felt great to have older kids there kind of being able to teach me.
She felt that immediate connection, which is amazing.
And they love the defense, not afraid to take a charge.
Right.
Love that.
Well, good for her. Congratulations. Now, these people always have their cell phones close by, but keeping it handy might not just be convenient for you, but for crooks as well. How they're iPhone users and what you can do to keep your information safe.
All right, Market Square, Mike and Fiona in full Fiesta fun mode. Look at that. What is that, one of those like skee ball things? Look at them playing games on SA Live.
Always fun.
Yeah, we'll show you what they've got planned up coming up in the next half hour. Outside with live cam, it's cloudy. There's a few pop-up showers here and there, and then there's some sunshine here and there, it looks like.
Yeah, the sun is starting to pop out, but that could be a problem in the sense that it creates a more unstable atmosphere for these thunderstorms to kind of blossom into. So far, we haven't seen a lot of deep thunderstorm activity here. We have a little piece of energy that's working off to the south and east. We can see that on the visible satellite picture, and that's helping to kick off a few showers and quick downpours, but a lot of them have already sort of collapsed here over San Antonio. That rain that we were watching, those quick pop-ups, well, the one we were watching here over Highway 90, look how quickly that just collapsed and went away. So it looks like that lift is kind of moving south and east, and we may see a few more pop up here as we get into Wilson County here for the next hour or so. But here around San Antonio, those downpours and showers that we were seeing look to be weakening for now. Now, again, that changes again this afternoon as the radar will likely become active once again, and we'll be watching for the risk of some stronger storms. As we look at the risk for severe weather today from the Storm Prediction Center, I mean, basically take into mind that it just has our entire viewing area here within the scattered risk. On a scale of 1 to 5, about a 2. And we've been here before. We know what that means, that 1 or 2 of these storms could produce some large hail and gusty winds. Not everyone is going to get rain, but we have to be prepared for the threat of some severe weather today, especially considering Fiesta is taking place tonight. 2 p.m., 40% chance of rain. We'll top out in the mid-80s today. It'll be warm and very humid. 40% chance of showers and storms continues into the evening and even into tonight before rain chances come down tomorrow. And we get a brief reprieve from the rain before it returns again on Sunday. More on that forecast here in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, Justin, we'll look forward to that. Thank you. A whistleblower from the IRS going up against the Justice Department. That person claims the investigation into Hunter Biden is being mishandled. The Justice Department is investigating the president's son over his taxes. It's also investigating whether he made a false statement on a gun purchasing form. An attorney representing a career IRS agent who claims to be involved in one of these cases says his client knows of details of preferential treatment and politics improperly infecting decisions in that investigation.
He's lost sleep over whether to come forward. And, at the end of the day, he's decided that he would feel worse about himself if he did nothing and stayed quiet.
ABC News reporting that the FBI and ATF have concluded that there is enough evidence to bring charges against Hunter Biden.
Now to a warning for iPhone users. Criminals are stealing phones and locking people out of their accounts forever. ABC's Whit Johnson has more on what to know to keep your information safe.
46-year-old Greg Frosca says his iPhone was stolen in October 2022, and he's still blocked out of his account. He says he's tried just about everything, even offering Apple a DNA swab and $10,000 to a charity of the company's choice. No luck.
The biggest trouble has been, getting back those photos and videos that I can't. My daughter, my family, birthdays, anniversaries.
The Wall Street Journal reporting thieves are now exploiting an iPhone security setting called the recovery key, a unique 28-digit code meant to protect you from online hackers. But instead, they're using it against their victims.
The thieves make the code, and the owners of the phone don't actually have the code, so they can't get back into their accounts.
Once a thief has access to your phone's passcode, they can easily go in, change your Apple ID password, and enable the recovery key themselves.
They call Apple, and Apple says, sorry, we need that recovery key to get you back into your account.
Now you're locked out, and without that key, it's almost impossible to regain control of your account, making sensitive features like Apple Pay and financial apps incredibly vulnerable.
Once your phone is unlocked, you have essentially unlocked probably the keys to your personal kingdom. Once that happened, anything could happen.
Apple saying in a statement, "We sympathize with people who have had this experience, and we take all attacks on our users very seriously, no matter how rare. We work tirelessly every day to protect our users' accounts and data, and are always investigating additional protections against emerging threats like this one."
That was ABC's Whit Johnson reporting. There are certain things you can do to help protect your data. First, set a complicated passcode. Use the fingerprint reader or Face ID when you're using your device in a crowded space. And consider storing your pictures and videos on another cloud service like Dropbox.
There is some promising news in the fight against fentanyl, a drug that kills tens of thousands of Americans each year. Researchers in Houston are developing a vaccine that would keep the drug and its deadly effects from happening. Here's how it works.
If a person is vaccinated, the drug does not enter the brain. It stays in the systemic circulation and then is eventually eliminated from the body.
The researchers at the University of Houston began the fentanyl vaccine project 6 years ago. This vaccine would protect those who are exposed to the deadly drug and those who are addicted but want to quit. So far, they have successfully tested the vaccine on mice. They hope to start human trials within a year, and their goal is to have this vaccine on the market in less than 5 years.
The House of Representatives is set to vote on a bill that could affect student athletes. The GOP-led bill would ban transgender athletes from women's and girls' sports at federally funded schools and educational institutions. Under the bill, athletes' sex would be, quote, recognized based solely on a person's reproductive biology and genetics at birth when it comes to determining Title IX compliance in sports. Now, Title IX prohibits discrimination on the basis of sex in education programs or activities that get federal funding. The Democratic-controlled Senate isn't expected to take up the bill, and the White House has issued a veto threat, so the bill has slim chances of becoming law. And a Texas Senate bill to strengthen school safety has passed. Texas Senate Bill 11 updates active shooter plans for schools, along with allowing the Texas Education Agency to create a safety and security department. The agency will audit schools and possibly put them under state control if their active shooter plans are deemed inadequate. The bill also strengthens truancy laws for students who are constantly absent. The bill now heads to the House, where it will be voted out of committee before hitting the floor.
Right now on KSAT12, early voting is starting soon for the upcoming election. On our homepage, we've got a look at where you can vote early in Bexar County. Early voting is from April 24th to May 2nd. The hot issue on the ballot, of course, Proposition A. The mayor's seat and all 10 city council positions are also on the ballot. And once again, Election Day is May 6th. Mother Nature wreaking havoc on homes and businesses in Oklahoma as tornadoes touch down, while the National Weather Service says people in that area still need to keep an eye on the forecast.
Tornadoes and hail pummeling 3 states. This noon, we're learning at least 2 people were killed in Cole, Oklahoma.
And Oklahoma seems to have the most damage. That nasty weather destroyed homes and buildings. The National Weather Service began issuing tornado and severe thunderstorm warnings last night in Oklahoma, Kansas, and Iowa. Right now, search crews are facing roads littered with down power lines and debris. As many as 20,000 homes and businesses in the Oklahoma area were without power today.
Some folks rode out the storm and say they feel lucky they're okay.
First, I just saw a light that was broken and thought it wasn't too bad, and then saw the whole roof on our backyard thing was gone, and I knew it was a lot worse.
I would say we got lucky compared to what some of the other people had.
National Weather Service's Storm Prediction Center says an additional round of tornado-producing storms is expected tonight, once again in the Oklahoma area.
And back here at home, take a look outside. Cloudy, and there are rain going around.
Hey, there are some showers out there that we're still watching here on radar, and the radar is going to be our friend today. Of course, you can check out the radar on the KSAT weather app, but let me show you what's going on right now. Not a lot, actually. We had some pop-ups earlier. Those have since kind of dissipated. We may get a little break in the action before more showers and storms develop a little bit later this afternoon, and there is a risk for severe weather. We'll discuss all of that coming up.
It is all about Fiesta these days. And don't forget, there's still time to join our KSAT Insider membership sweepstakes. 1 lucky winner and 3 of their guests are going to be able to be royalty for a day. You'll be able to ride on your own float during the Battle of Flowers parade. Can you imagine riding on your own float during Battle of Flowers? Today's the last day to enter. The winner will be announced during our Fiesta broadcast tonight. You can sign up right now on our website, KSAT.com.
And you can upgrade your Fiesta experience this year by getting tickets to our KSAT Fiesta parties. Scan the QR code to buy tickets to our viewing parties at Fiesta Flambeau and the Battle Flowers parades. Those tickets come with added perks like great seats, tacos, and access to private restrooms. You can find ticket information on KSAT.com. All those are musts.
There's definitely. Have you ever ridden on a float in a parade?
No. Well, no, lie, I have. It was so much fun.
It was. Those people are going to have a blast. And right now we're just kind of keeping our eye on the sky. It's either cloudy, it's sunny, or it's raining.
And it was humid this morning at the
Riverwalk. Those for you.
Pretty much breaks it down. Yeah, you guys forgot to mention that at the parade you also get to meet David Sears, which is that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yes, we are watching the radar very closely today because we do have some activity starting to pop up right now. Most of it is pretty light. We haven't seen any big thunderstorms yet, and we still have sort of a cap on the atmosphere, so things are behaving themselves for now. But as we get later into the afternoon, we get more heat, we get more instability, then we could start to see some bigger storms take shape, and that's what we're going to be watching. Let me show you what's going on here around San Antonio. Those downpours we had just about 15 or 20 minutes ago, gone. We're not seeing much of anything anymore, and that little piece of energy looks like it's kind of moving southeast. We're getting a little more development there around Gonzales, and these are just, again, pop-ups, no lightning strikes or anything like that. Not yet, at least. And as we go outside for you, we've got mostly cloudy skies. We were seeing a lot of blue skies just a few minutes ago. Clouds have kind of filled back in. 82 at the airport. That's awful warm. 81 Stinson, 79 Kelly, 79 Randolph. Just that little bit of sun really boosted temperatures. Not only that, it is very, very sticky. We've got a lot of humidity out there. Dew points are running in the low 70s right now. So there's a lot of energy for these thunderstorms to work with. As you look at the satellite picture here, there was that little clearing line that came through. It's like maybe a little boundary or something that came through that kind of kicked up those storms that we were seeing on radar. So that is pushing south and east. But it's in these areas that I want to start watching for further development of thunderstorms. So far, not a lot there. Temperature-wise, 81 in Kerrville, it's 81 in Fredericksburg, 82 in Hondo, 82 in Kennedy, so it is warm everywhere. And here around Bexar County, right around 80 degrees, and you can feel it outside, man. The air is thick. That's out ahead of a cold front, which is advancing south at this point, so it's made it to about Dallas. There's a thin line of showers and storms with that, but it's out ahead of this. There's a dry line right there, too. So we've got a dry line, cold front, but it's out ahead of that where we have the unstable atmosphere and they risk for severe weather. And it's not just us. This stretches across East Texas into parts of Arkansas. So we're talking a lot of real estate here that could see some strong to severe storms. Locally, just about all of us, minus Del Rio and Eagle Pass, are within that risk for scattered severe weather today. So as we look at the forecast, and this is a little different model than I showed you earlier, but kind of the same idea. We get a scattering of showers and storms, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Evening commute, we'll need to watch. There could be some storms around. And even going into this evening and tonight, we're still seeing the potential for some activity, which of course is important with Fiesta getting underway. We want everyone to be safe. Nothing's been canceled, nothing like that, but you just need to keep an eye to the sky. Be aware of any alerts or warnings that come out. There is a 40% chance of rain. This starts to transition maybe a little bit further south as we get into tonight. This model wants to push storms south of San Antonio by 10 p.m. I think we still have a chance even going into around the midnight hour before our rain chances completely go away. And then by tomorrow morning, we'll be able to get some clearing and some drier air working in. Here's a KSAT 12-hour forecast, and basically, we're going to keep a 40% chance in there 2 p.m. through about midnight. It's hard to say exactly where some of these storms will pop up, but they will be around the area. And the main risk, by the way, with these storms is going to be large hail if we do get severe storms. 75 at 10 p.m. And let me show you the rain chances over the next few days. So we have our 40% chance today, 20% chance mainly early tomorrow. Nothing Friday night. Saturday, most of Saturday is good, but by Saturday evening, we have a 20% chance. Starts to jump up Saturday night, and by Sunday, we have our best chance, 60% chance of showers and storms, and some of that could be heavy. So there is potential to get some good rain here over the next 4 or 5 days. 86 tomorrow, 82 Saturday, 68 on Sunday with the rain, 72 Monday, small chances of rain Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll be right back.
This is your daily news briefing from Cheddar News. Meta begins its latest rounds of mass layoffs by cutting some technical roles, with finance and HR roles reportedly being cut next month. Meta previously announced 2 rounds of layoffs of about 21,000 jobs since the fall. Top sports leagues like the NFL and NBA band together with media networks like NBC Universal, Fox, and others to form a group called the Coalition for Responsible Sports Betting Advertising. And they hope to, quote, establish guardrails for sports betting advertising to target the right audiences as legalization spreads nationwide. And a rare hybrid solar eclipse hits Australia's northwest coast overnight, U.S. time, sending it into a brief midday darkness. It drew an international crowd, with some camping out for days in advance. The next hybrid solar eclipse won't happen until 2031. And that's your Cheddar News Update. I'm Shannon Lanier in New York.
According to new stats, as many as 60 million households in the U.S. are actively using smart devices in their home.
They make our lives far more convenient, but it can come at the expense of your privacy.
Leslie Hudson takes a look at some ways to prevent snoopers from snooping on you.
Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 84 degrees Fahrenheit.
Smart devices can make life easier.
I kind of think it's nice because I get tons of recommendations for things I need on my phone that I just talked about with my husband. It's like, oh, you're listening.
But sometimes those same devices give hackers easy access to you. How do you know if you've been hacked? First off, if someone calls or texts and has photos of you and demands money, they probably have access to your devices and their cameras. If you see the light to the side of your laptop camera blink, it means the webcam is in use. And if your device battery drains quicker than usual, it means your camera may be constantly in use by a hacker. To protect yourself, first, know exactly what features your devices have and how to control them. Do a basic internet search with your model number and type in the words microphone or camera or privacy. Second, if you can't turn off the camera on some of your devices, but you would like some privacy, a simple piece of black tape over the camera eye is a back to basics option. And be sure to delete your data.
Alexa, delete everything I said today.
Voice assistant devices like the Amazon Echo and Alexa record all of your voice conversations. I'm Leslie Hudson reporting.
Another tip, turn off your Wi-Fi when you leave.
And keeping your Wi-Fi on 24/7 makes it easier for cyber criminals to hack your devices and inject them with spyware.
That's why you should turn off your router when you're not using it.
But do not turn off the TV because SA Live is coming up next.
Yeah, Fiesta themed, of course.
Viva Fiesta!
That's right. And you know what that means? It's metal time.
Yes, Jen is out there at a secret location. Give us a hint, Jen.
Hello! That's right, the secret, right? We can't give it away. Oh, but these people know already, and they came here. They're in line early. Thank y'all, by the way. And I guess I'll give you a little hint. They love Military City, USA. That's it. That's all I'm going to give you. We'll tell you where we're at a little later. Ooh, we got our medals.
And of course, the official kickoff tonight is Fiesta down there at Travis Park. We are going to be the MCs of the event.
That's right. We'll be up there on stage, and get ready for some Flora Chef. Su Yin Wong is here, and you are there in Travis Park, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And what is your tip?
We are fixing the garnish for our main dish today, and he is slicing an avocado. He peeled it first. It looks beautiful. Look, my hair like a pro.
Just fan it out just like that.
Look at that beauty.
And you are all set to go to make your dish look very good. If you're down at Travis Park, great place to get a little snack. And then tomorrow night,
Alamo Heights night, and we've got games to you right here to us ahead of it.
oh, Fiesta's just getting kicked off. Okay, our social question of the day is one of the 3 M's. Is it margarita, mangonada, or michelada? You can only have one. Which would it be?
There can only be one. Let us know at SA Live KSAT on Facebook.
Can you pick
and
one
Twitter.
and have 2 of it?
It's only an hour show.
Okay.
Stop.
I was wondering.
We'll see you in a few.
Because you may,